Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In today's lesson, I'll be focusing on the jumlatul inshaiyyah. So, before we begin, I'd like to re-jog our memories on what we've learned so far. First of all, I'd like to express my sincerest apologies for taking so long to upload the next video. I know it's just been so hectic with the holidays, and the holidays are flying by pretty fast, and before we know it, it will be exam time. So yeah, we do need to get lots and lots of things covered, but it's not impossible so long as we just keep on top of it. Everything we learn, we exert our best effort to memorize, and then inshallah we will be able to succeed. So just before we begin this lesson, a quick re-jog of our memories, what we did prior. So I'm just going over what we did in the last few lessons. So we learned about the ism, the fi'al, and the harf. The ism being a noun, the fi'al being a verb, and the harf being a particle or letter. So these types of words, the ism, the fi'al, and the harf, they're known as al-kalima. Al-kalima refers to a word and can also be known as al-mufrad. So these are the things that we've covered so far. And we mentioned that this point actually I haven't mentioned, so I'll just quickly mention. The kalima, the word, it can be of two types. So it's called al-lafz. Al-lafz means an expression, and they can be of two types. There's one which is a meaningful expression, and it's known as al-mawdu. Al-mawdu. And there's one which is a meaningless expression, and it's called al-muhmal. I've wrote it in English, al-muhmal, as well as the Arabic, and I've given an example. For example, qalam. Qalam refers to a pen. Walam does not have any meaning. So when a person says qalam, walam, qalam has a meaning, which is a pen. Walam has no meaning. Arabic language, since Arabic language and grammar is mainly concerned with meaningful words and utterances, our subject matter will only focus on al-mawdu. So basically here it's written that in Arabic language, they're looking at the meaningful. They look at words with meaningful expressions. So words with meaning. So our study of the Arabic grammar will only be concerned with looking at the meaningful words. So lafz al-mawdu is referring to meaningful expression, as I've just explained. And going on to nahwa. Why are we studying nahwa? Nahwa is referring to, the definition is a branch of knowledge which directs one towards placing the correct diacritical points. Sorry, I've just got a bit of a cold. Diacritical points, and that is called the i'rab, and letters on the end of words, and discusses how to correctly join the words together to form a complete sentence. Ultimately, to understand the Quran and the Ahadith. So the purpose of studying Nahwa is so that we know how words, to put the correct harakat on the endings of words. And, for example, words are going to be, sometimes they're in a dhamma state, sometimes they're in a kasra state, sometimes they're in a fatha state. So then we have to decide on how, what type of state the word is in, whether it's in a state of marfu, which is a dhamma state, majroor, which is a kasra state, or a mansub state, which is a fatha state. So once we've decided what state it is, we then put the correct i'rab. And so this is what we're doing at the moment. We're studying the rules of nahwa. So now we're going back to what we're studying today. So we're doing the jumlatul inshaiyyah. So what is al-jumlatul inshaiyyah? Jumlatul inshaiyyah, as it says here, is a sentence wherein the possibility of truth or falsehood, the truth or falsehood does not exist. So the sentence is factual. Like, for example, how we did the jumlatul khabriya prior. So I'll just give you an example of the jumlatul khabriya. Jumlatul khabriya, this is a sentence wherein the possibility of truth and or falsehood can exist. So I gave an example, al-talmizu maridun, the student is ill. So this can either be true or it can be not true. It can be it could be made up. Whereas the jumlatul inshaiyyah, what we're studying, these are factual. So there's 10 types of jumlatul inshaiyyah, 10 types of jumlatul inshaiyyah, and these are the ones that we need to learn. So the first one is called al-amr. Al-amr means to command. So an example is idrib, which means hit. Yeah. So each example, in each question, there's 10 different types. So I've just given 2 examples of each type taken from the book. And sisters, we do need to learn these, you know, at least if not possible, if you're really short for time, at least learn 1 example, but ideally just to learn 2 examples to familiarize yourself. So al-amr means to command, idrib means hit, aqim as-salah means establish salah. So these are examples of commanding sentences, and this is known as jumlatul inshaiyyah. So establish salah. So when someone says establish salah, there's no possibility of truth or falsehood. The possibility of falsehood doesn't exist. So it's like a commanding verse. Someone's just ordering a set of instruction for a person to do. So yeah, that's that. And so we're going on to number 2. So the second one, an-nahyu. An-nahyu is to prohibit. So if someone says do not hit, la tadrib means do not hit. The next one is